Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about TrainwreckTV's Twitch killer and basically just discussing the entire new platform that he has actually developed, or I should say is publicly endorsing. I don't know 100% if Trainwrecks is the person who's behind the development of this entire thing, but it's basically become a fiasco online. It's become a pretty massive conversation whether or not that Kick will actually be able to overtake Twitch, if it's going to really be the Twitch killer or the replacement for Twitch, and also there's a lot more questions beyond that surface level of everything there that we'll be talking about in today's video as well. Now, I will say, obviously, it's usually a pretty interesting concept, especially when a creator like this comes forward and talks about, you know, a new platform like this, because, well, Kick.com is basically it's like an off-brand Twitch, let's just call it what it is. It's pretty much just Twitch, but not Twitch, and Trainwrecks is like fully endorsing this and everything, and it's become a pretty massive thing. There's been a lot of criticism, a lot of hype, pretty much a very mixed reaction, and I kind of just want to cover all of that in today's video. So on December 5th, the Twitch streamer TrainwreckTV posted a tweet that said platform update, and it had a bunch of information about a platform called Kick, which is a new streaming platform that has been launched that is pretty similar to Twitch. I mean, we'll take a look at it here in a minute and we'll kind of break it down, and I'll show you what the similarities and the differences are between the two. One of the major things I've noticed off the rip with Kick is it's pretty much gambling friendly. It's realistically pretty friendly to a lot of the stuff that's kind of taboo / not allowed on Twitch. For instance, like I said, you know, there's a lot of like gambling on there. I just actually, before I recorded this video, tuned into the website, and the largest category on the platform by far was slots. It has almost 18,000 people watching. The next largest one after that is just chatting with not even 1,000 viewers. So right now it's pretty clear what this website really kind of leans towards. This is a platform that you're going to go to for the shit that you basically wouldn't get on Twitch. Now, obviously, there was initially a lot of support for this idea. A lot of people were pretty hyped up for it. Oh, there's a new Twitch coming out, basically, right? Because if you've paid any attention in recent memory, you'll know that, well, Twitch hasn't really had the best year in 2022. It's gotten to the point where the community is just so fractured, right? Like, people just kind of hate the management at Twitch. And I mean, I'm gonna just say, you can't blame them. I'm one of these people as well. Like, I can't stand Twitch. I don't use the platform for that reason. So I get why people think that there needs to be like a new platform out there that can kind of like compete against Twitch. And I guess that's kind of what Kick is in a way. It's like a Twitch competitor and everything, but it's like creator endorsed / founded or whatever, right? So it has that uniqueness to it. Well, there's already been a lot of problems with the launch of this platform. There's a lot of controversy already surrounding it, and we're gonna take a pretty good look at that today, because if what we're seeing here is true, I just don't see how this can actually go well. I don't see this having a good ending whatsoever. Like, someone's gonna end up sued, or there's gonna just be some sort of like massive news story around this. Like, it just, I don't know, it doesn't seem the best to me. Now, in recent memory, I have kind of opened up to alt tech a little bit more. I used to be pretty against it. I thought all the platforms were pretty stupid. There's a couple of them now that are alright. Odyssey is pretty usable, I feel like. Rumble isn't the worst platform out there either. But other than that, you know, I haven't really gotten on the alt tech wave very much, and that's because a lot of the times these platforms, they come out and they just have like such massive inherent flaws. And that's exactly the issue with Kick so far too. So the first major issue that a lot of people have been bringing up in this entire fiasco is that it's a Twitch clone. I mean, and it is. There's really no way around it. This is literally just a ripoff of Twitch. There's no way to say it nicely. Like, I mean, let's go ahead and just take a look. This is the front page of the website here. This is the layout for Kick, and as you can see, it's literally the exact same as Twitch. Like, down to the layout, down to, you know, the live category placement, everything like that. This is just a reskin of Twitch. I mean, there's nothing unique about it. There's nothing that individualizes it compared to any platform out there. And this is the issue that I've had with a lot of websites like this, right? They come out and they're essentially just the same recycled thing that we've already gotten. Like in my video critiquing YouTube Shorts, like I said, it seems like every social media company or like anyone trying to make a social media platform, they kind of just look at like the top dog in their like category or whatever, and they just kind of rip off whatever that is. And that's pretty much what this is. Like, it's literally a reskin of Twitch. There's no way around it. It's actually so like Twitch, I'm kind of surprised that they even went with this, because I mean, like, does this not open you up to like a lawsuit or something? But that's not where the Twitch copycat allegations actually end right now. There's another allegation that's going around, and this is a pretty serious one I want to add to. Like, you can't just go around saying like, oh, this is just like Twitch. So there's a pretty major allegation against the platform already where people are basically accusing them of actually stealing source code from Twitch that had previously leaked and using it inside of the Kick website. So essentially, some time ago, some of the source code for Twitch ended up leaking out online somewhere, right? And the allegation here is that they've in some way repurposed that, which from my understanding is actually a pretty big legal no-no, right? Like, you can't just take, for instance, like Facebook's source code, go and build a competitive website to it, and then just use their source code. That's literally theft. And even if it's not like a legal no-no to be like, oh yeah, you can't just steal like another website's code, at the very minimum, it just looks really shitty for the website, right? Like, you've stolen the entire layout of your biggest competitor, you've stolen source code from your biggest competitor that, keep in mind, Trainwreck has talked shit about. He's talked shit about Twitch, but yet he wants to take the source code, or they, I should say, because it's actually a venture that was created by the people behind Stake, which is an online gambling website. Like, it's not a good look. I mean, that'd be like me saying, oh, fuck YouTube, I'm creating my own YouTube competitor, right? And then you go on my website and it's basically just the same layout as YouTube, and it's got source code from YouTube in it. Like, that just doesn't look good. That looks really fucking scummy, right? And another reason that people have been pretty upset, like I just mentioned a second ago, is because of the involvement of Stake in this entire thing, right? So Stake is actually an offshore gambling website that a lot of Twitch streamers were using. Then, of course, Twitch came along, they banned gambling on the platform, and that's one of the big draws, I guess, of Kick, is that they haven't banned gambling. You can go on there and stream yourself gambling all you want. Honestly, at this point, like, from an outside perspective looking in, I don't like Twitch either, right? I get it. There needs to be a competitor. There's a lot of issues with that platform, and overall, it's just not a place that I want to use. But from a pretty neutral perspective looking at this, I just don't see any purpose, right? Like, I don't see why would I use Kick over Twitch? Like, if I'm streaming, right, why would I use Kick over Twitch? A, they're basically the same platform. Like, it's apparently even got Twitch's fucking source code in the platform itself. B, the audience on Kick is infinitely smaller. There's literally people live on Twitch now with more people on their one stream than on the entirety of Kick, even though, of course, it did just kind of launch, so not really the fairest comparison, but the audience is just simply not going to be the same. Let's be honest. Like, there's just no fucking way that Kick is gonna pull the numbers that Twitch is. Twitch is owned by Amazon, one of the richest companies on the planet. I mean, fuck it. You know what? It's so rich at this point, call it a country. Amazon probably could be its own country if it really wanted to, man. And even though they're not just, necessarily dumping money hand over fist into Twitch trying to fix all these problems and whatnot, you're just not gonna outcompete people like that, right? Even if the big draw to your website is, oh, you can watch gambling streams. Like, for me personally, I don't give a fuck about streaming myself gambling. I also don't give a fuck about other people doing it, If you want to have gambling on your website, cool, be my guest. I don't have an issue with that, even though, of course, that is kind of like the moral dilemma that a lot of people find themselves with when it comes to this platform. Personally, I don't care, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have even given a fuck if Twitch didn't ban gambling on their platform, to be honest with you, because it just, I don't know, like, I'm not dumb enough to honestly follow some fucking Twitch streamer down the rabbit hole of gambling and piss away my whole savings. It just isn't me, man. So at the end of the day, like, I don't really give a shit about that part. That has nothing to do with it. But when you're basically just ripping off your biggest competitor and doing what you can to just kind of like punt a copy and paste of this fucking website you don't like down the field, it just comes off wrong. Like, it looks scummy, it looks like a ripoff. The involvement of Stake in the entire thing has turned a lot of people off. For me, like, there's just no incentive, right? Like, if I were someone who wanted to stream, like, what would be the benefit for me to stream on Kick over, like, YouTube, right? Oh, they pay a way higher payout for creators in their monetization practice, which is great. I'm not gonna lie, they do have a very good payout for their creators in comparison to other platforms. But for me, I look beyond just, oh, I can make more money on this platform than this one when it comes down to, like, do I want to make this a place where I make content? Like, for instance, if I want to make a career streaming and I want to dedicate time, energy, and effort into it, right, I'm not going to do that on a platform that's essentially a ripoff of the biggest competitor in the scene that also at the same time doesn't even have the audience to, like, do anything with. It just doesn't make sense. The whole thing doesn't really make sense. And I'm trying to, like, kind of piece together what exactly is going on. And I know a lot of people, you know, they're saying, oh, bro, it's still in beta. You can't critique it too much yet. It's in beta. Well, that has nothing to do with anything, right? You can criticize anything regardless of what stage it's in, right? You can take a look at a fucking cake in the oven and be like, yeah, that cake's probably not going to turn out well. It doesn't mean that your fucking opinion's invalid. You just have to put an asterisk next to it because, yeah, of course, it is a new platform. It is in beta. We haven't really seen the full extent of it, but the red flags are definitely flying for me when it comes to this, right? The red flags are there. I can't say anything else about it. I mean, am I hoping the platform fails? Not necessarily, because at the end of the day, if it's a better competitor to YouTube and Twitch at the end of the day, like, fuck it. Yeah, do your thing. But, like, at this point in time, I just don't see it being better. I don't see what's going to make it better. And all of the publicity around it, the way that everything's been handled, just makes it come off fucking terribly, right? So, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to talk about this in a video. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Make sure to check out Shoptimus down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, talking about TrainwreckTV's new Twitch killing platform, and signing out.